through the tide and I fly. We roll upon a ship that flies and flies and flies and
Ready? I got one, two. All right. Cheers. Hey, welcome to another episode of Trip Through Time. And as time goes by, these memories never die. Very special guest here. I know. Fucking very special guest here. My fucking dude. My main man. My best man. Max. Welcome.
Howdy! What are
Pleasure
up to?
beyond. Oh, what are up to? I just, fucking kicking it with my guy, dude. Came home from work. Wearing this in honor of the Padres. They lost, but uh, you know, I'm living in this city, and I root for them. I think I always will. They deserve a fucking championship, even though they fucking struggle. But either way, beyond excited to have this guy. Uh, Too many things, too many trips through time, too many stories. I mean, it goes beyond. It goes
Yeah,
beyond. Like the fuck before PL, during PL, after PL, fucking everything. This guy can't say enough. So just want to introduce Max, my fucking dude, and thanks for being here. And I just want to ask, let you take the floor and give your rundown of your Pretty Lights journey, how it started, you know, anything else from there, and take it away.
yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I started at ISU and like that was my first show in what was that, 2012? Um, yeah, just really was just hanging out with you and you brought up this pretty lights and these sick beats that's
Yeah.
stretch for mad blocks and it was just fucking yeah, I don't know. I just started listening to Pretty Lights a lot after that just because yeah, there's a lot of like hip hop, soul, everything's like intertwined, and I don't know. It's just yeah, there's a time where you just hear it, and it's just like that's what I want to listen to for like the rest of my life. It's like and yeah, just like going on like our actual like trips and stuff, and yeah, it was just I don't even know how to put it. It's just like
Yeah.
yeah, there's so many times and places with people, and I think my show count is up to like 29 right now. But yeah, it started at ISU. That was my first show. I wore blue contacts.
I wore green. I wore green.
Don't really remember much of the show, but just that like yeah, just in like total awe of the lights and like just like over sensory like just full immersion into like the pretty light sphere and yeah yeah, that was my first one then I believe the second was
Red
the
Rocks.
Chicago.
Oh no, no, your second was Bonnaroo.
Really?
I mean, because
Yeah,
unless
Bonnaroo was absolutely nuts. I mean, I just remember sitting in a campsite. We were so underprepared. We're sleeping in like a small tent, me and my buddy Ruben, and we had zero shade. It's like 98 degrees every single day. We're just sitting on our chairs, just like some zombies. It was amazing. But yeah, I mean, Pretty Lights played for like 4 hours that night. We went into it thinking it was only going to be a 2 hour set. He started at like 1 a.m. Um, that was the first time I heard the Nina Simone drop. Um, that was like the summer banger. And yeah, it was pretty crazy. I got some nutso stories from that. I just remember like sitting right on like we were like we were in GA, but we they have these like metal barriers, like, and there's
I
VIP
remember
on.
you talking about that. Yeah, fucking.
I'm standing up on this ledge with my Bulls jersey on. He's playing the Chicago Bulls theme. I literally think I'm just like at the absolute center of attention right here. I pan over to my right, and there is a dude just strangling a chick sitting on the ground. And I just like look over and I'm like, is this really happening at a Pretty Light show? Like the
Nuts.
love of that.
Yeah.
It's just like, um, yeah, so no, definitely some really good times at Bonner. I got to see who else did we see?
I feel like
He
you
just
said
recently died.
the XX or some shit, right? Didn't you say something? Or
Yeah,
no, that was the
no,
air. That was the Aragon or something. But
I'm sorry, it was Tom Petty. We saw
oh yeah,
like a
Tom
three and a
Petty.
half
Yeah,
hour Tom Petty
yeah,
set to like close it out. Paul McCartney was there too.
yeah.
Um, I
That's what's
remember
cool
that
about
stage being
Bonnaroo. I
so
feel like that
packed.
I've never even been, but I feel like it's so
Yeah,
like diverse and shit. But
got to see Bob Saget, RIP, another guy. Like, there's just a lot of things
yeah, yeah,
that Bonnaroo has to offer. It's not just one style of music, or
yeah. Not
I mean,
even just
even
music,
yeah,
comedy and shit. Yeah.
comedy. Yeah, the venue never shuts down. It's open 24/7. Um, by the end of it, yeah, you're absolutely pooped. It's
I, dude, yeah. So okay, here's the thing. So I remember. So ISU was my third show, and I remember we went there. We were wearing the fucking contacts.
Mhm.
Just like, oh, how do we? We're raving, and not even like it's again funny, weird to say rave, but we're new to the scene, and then so that was my third show. My fourth show was E Forest, uh, and then obviously yours, So what's funny was like you went to fucking Bonnaroo, I went to E Forest, and both back like right like Bonnaroo right before E Forest and shit, and like I wish I went, but also I had such a good time at E Forest, and obviously you never been to E Forest, I never been to Bonnaroo. I would love to
Yeah.
go, but at this point in our life, I feel like you know
Yeah, I mean
it,
it's tough with kids and stuff, but I
I
will
know,
tell
and
you,
even then, I don't even have kids, and like it's just like
yeah,
we don't want to go to a fucking festival. Like we want to
yeah,
fucking again, it would be great, but like I feel like those experiences are so fucking dope, and like I had some great ones there, but like I remember like you telling me, and like just the way you talk about PL, like we like it's fucking hilarious. Like you get so descriptive, like you are a salesman by heart. Like
yeah. I mean, that's
I
my
remember
24/7 job,
I
but
know. I remember
yeah.
you were talking about Redbox. You're like City of One. I was clenching at the ground, like straight up. But yeah, no, fuck it. I
Yeah,
remember literally. I remember you were on a platform and you were talking about like them playing till fucking sunrise and shit. Like just so funny, dude. Fucking
unreal, man, unreal.
yeah.
He ended it with Bob Marley,
Oh, the Exodus.
yeah, the Exodus remix, and I just at the end of that song, everybody literally turned around and it was a scene out of The Walking Dead. I mean, everybody was just on their last brain cell, just moving like very slowly back to the campsite.
It's funny because
Um,
you know what they say at festivals. You're like Coral.
yeah, yeah, I heard a few of those that weekend.
Yeah, but Rick Grimes, Carl. But yeah, fucking
Yeah,
no. Okay, back to it though. With fucking the one thing that I like, what I know why you like resonate with PL maybe more than you even realize it is like you're the music guy, you're DJ MB,
yeah,
and you're who got me into Wheezy, you know, and like
yeah,
and rapping. I mean, you guys called me Young Hatbag when I
I
was
know.
rapping, and I started rapping over PL, and that's what got me into Pretty Lights was just like the beats, and it was like a fucking it was not because I used to like get instrumentals and just download like hot song instrumentals and shit, and this was like something different. Plus, we're indulging with a little bit of extra
Yeah,
production,
yeah,
so they just that not touch lightly, but that shit is a nice accent to the vibe. So
yeah,
that's where Pretty Lights just hits on so many levels, and then yeah, I just feel like we all got on it like hard, and fucking exactly. I mean, if anyone knows music, it's my guy, man.
yeah, yeah. No, I
So
used to literally burn CDs every
really
single
DJ
day. It
MB.
would just be entire like collections of Lil Wayne. There'd be like two new songs out, and I just burn a brand new CD.
dude.
It
Literally, like
was
I was when I was
yeah,
showing you,
that
and
was
then
the
you were
time in my
rolling.
life where it was like you just caught up with every brand new track you could.
Literally, dat piff, dude. I mean, you introduced me to all this. I remember I got in your car in your alley, and back when I was throwing up from smoking bees, I remember I first heard. I'm like, it's we taking over, but it's Wheezy. It's we take, and then I was like Wayne, and you're like Lil Wayne, and you got me
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
that, and then I remember this too. You showed me Kid Cudi Day and Night, and it just came out on Entourage, and you were just like, you were like the hot fucking guy tripping up. Okay, let's just start off with how I met Max. All right, back to how I like got in with all these people and shit. Like whatever, long story. And like I was these guys. I somehow linked up with all these dudes 2 years older than me from another high school, whatever. First time I met Max, there was a fucking vibe. We all used to go to they all used to go to Denny's late night, and I'm like these guys are so cool, and I just like
Sneaking out of our parents' house,
yeah.
like
And I
just
remember
middle of the night.
you're sitting there and smoking a cig at the table, and someone's calling your friend, and it's your dad, and you're like, don't answer.
Yeah. Yeah, he was on my tail for
Oh,
sure. I
for
mean,
sure. So let's go off that. You're out of high school. You're going to Harper, supposed to be,
yeah,
and
yeah.
then I'm a senior at my high school. You guys picking me up for lunch and shit all the time. And then one day, I think I skipped the rest of my day. We fucking go do some dumb shit. Probably go to the city. We drive back.
City back and forth. Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, we were
and you,
driving all day long.
dude, you driving in that car, you gave people heart attacks. Like you go I'm so up close and then just go. Just switch the
Mind you,
lane,
this is a 1997 Chevy Astro van with
dude.
a rusted back bumper.
Straight up, and then,
I used to burn incense in that thing.
dude.
My
Okay,
parents.
I just gotta. Can I say this? I remember you said some shit where you were driving downstairs. You saw. All right, this is funny, like so funny. I mean, but it's hilarious. you, you're driving up, and you see some dude doing some couple doing fucking landscaping, and you slam
Lamb
brake,
on the
and
brakes.
then you go, "Hey, I just
I
fucking."
just
They're like, "What?"
it's
And then,
I've had guys running after my and I looking back at it, I feel bad because it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, like my parents still had to go to Jewel. They still had to go to the grocery store. And there's a dude that was looking for that van
hang on, just I was
far
playing.
and wide for the rest of his life.
Yeah. All right. Pause real quick. Hi, babe. Wife just came home. Hi.
Live and direct.
Connect.
What it is, what it do.
Yeah, what's up?
My boy Benny Boo.
All right. God damn it.
There's so many good times, bro.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like and I think it shows too, like with our relationship throughout the years, like me being your best man. I mean, you at my wedding, like it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. We've just like vibed from the start, and like even though there is like an age gap, and we went to different schools, like
Oh yeah.
somehow we just ended up like, yeah, we're gonna just travel the U.S. together and
Yeah.
spend all our money on pretty lights, and just
But I mean, there's layers to it, right? It's like how we started up, and then
yeah,
and then
yeah,
going to PL, and then even me moving away, and then
yeah,
but then that's what I love about Pretty Lights. I feel like there may have been some times where, like, we may have like not been like like talking as much, but that's how life goes and stuff. But
yeah,
that's what's nice
yeah.
about PL. It like brings you right back in. But
And
yeah,
you're a guy too that I catch up with. It's not like, I've got to sit here and like, check in with you every day and send
no,
you texts and you're mad at me if I'm not, you know what I'm saying? It's
fuck
just like
no, dude.
you pick off right where you left
It ain't
off.
about that. I mean, dude, fuck that. I hate that. But what's
Yeah.
good at what real friends are is that you check in and it's like you never missed a beat, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, dude. Uh, Okay, here's another one. Okay, we go to see Mac Miller, Macadelic Corp in Kalamazoo, Michigan, right? So we stay at the Nice Inn. Not a great place.
Yeah, middle of Kalamazoo,
we get
downtown
we get
Kalamazoo.
this fucking okay. We get all fuck sorts of fucked up, but we get this. I don't even know if Ubers were back then. We get a fucking
No, it was just a community cab.
yeah,
It was
and you left your fucking keys in the back of that car. The next day, not only did we have a random cat in our room, but
doors
you,
wide open.
dude,
I mean, all our shit's all over the
but
place.
you trying to get in your car, your alarm is blaring at 7 a.m. and all these people, your typical cats coming out of a nightstand are all like, "What the fuck is going?"
Well, I hired a locksmith because me and my buddy Chad were like, we trace our steps all the way back to Wing Center. It must have been a 2.5 mile walk.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally get there. Our key, because we thought I left them like outside of McDonald's or whatever. You know, we were like outside somewhere for a
You were
while.
on a hunt. You were
Yeah,
like
we
fuck-
were on the hunt. We were on the
you
hunt.
were what's his name? Fucking Inspector Holmes or or whatever. Sherlock Holmes, straight up.
Yeah, yeah. Or Liam Neeson, however you want to put it.
Yeah,
But
whatever.
we were searching and yeah, we finally get back and I'm just like, all right, I gotta do something here. I call a locksmith, maybe they're in the car. The locksmith, opens up the door and it's just and like and to the point where like I had to like get in there and like pop the hood and just disconnect the battery because I
Yeah.
had like 14 eyes on me just staring at us. But I mean, long story short, we did find out that weekend that the keys were actually in the cab driver's car,
He's
and
like, wait, oh my.
I and to go when we went to go pick up the keys, the Western Michigan football field was open, so we actually just waltzed right onto the field and started throwing a football.
Yeah,
It was yeah, that was pretty crazy.
yeah.
But again, that whole weekend, I mean, just listening to Pretty Lights 24/7,
Oh yeah.
I think that was even before my first Pretty Lights show.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That was
I
probably
think it was
like
before mine too. Yeah,
2010,
because it was like
2011
Mac
maybe.
Miller was like, because like he's 1 year younger than me, and I remember like 2000,
Yeah.
right after I got out of high school, and so it was like again, Macadelic was kind of like the
Yeah.
pre, that was when he was
I
like,
mean, the kids mixtape easily a top five album, I
I
think, in
mean,
my
best
book
day ever.
of
I am
or
Macadelic.
mixtape.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
But I mean, kids is the one that really like. I mean, he had his like Easy Mac days and stuff like that, but
Yeah, no, but yeah,
that
I remember you. Even then, you were always the music plug, and you're like, look, listen to this,
yeah.
It's like, and for me,
My
that
parents went through a few computers for that, so we can thank. And I would tell my dad all the time, I'm like, Dad, it's your pictures. You're downloading too many pictures onto the
yeah,
computer. And he's like, No, it's not. You're downloading viruses from these file sharing
too
softwares.
funny, dude. Oh my
Um,
god, dude,
yeah.
you're like also. We would kick it in that fucking trailer that you had.
Yep. Or even the recording booth I did
Oh yeah,
in my parents closet. But
I know.
yeah, some good times, man.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
tons of festival stories, dude. I mean, we went down to Buku 2013.
That was Clayton and Skylar, right?
That's when I met him. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
outside and stuff. But yeah, dude, this is crazy. I lost you guys. Thank God Buku had a double scan thing because I left. I'm like, oh, they must have left. Couldn't find them. I'm outside trying to find my way to the Hyatt, and I'm like, luckily a cab didn't take me because I was alone. That's the first time I ever realized I had an accent because I kept saying, I'm trying to find a cab, trying to get a cab back to the Hyatt. And everyone's like, where are you from? And shit. Luckily, I went back in. I found fucking Clay or Cook inside the the ballroom, which is where PL played like New Year's and like that last,
Hmm.
and it was
Yeah.
so hot in there. And it was like I couldn't tell you how happy I was to find him and shit. But yeah, I fucking, um, you know, also this girl we went with, not gonna say names, but
Yeah.
put the fucking chain lock on us when we were trying to get in there, and she was like hooking up with some dude, and we're like, dude, what the fuck? I
Let's
argued,
just get to our hotel room, please.
I
Like,
argued with her the whole
yeah,
way home. It was not, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I was
I hit the southern tip of Illinois from New Orleans. I think it was like I made it there within 6.5 hours.
yeah,
I went about 120. We left New Orleans at I want to say it was like 1:30 because we didn't even get into our hotel room until like 4 a.m. We're literally just sitting outside.
yeah.
Um, and I just remember driving like 120 miles an hour. I mean, it's young stuff. Like I obviously wouldn't do that now, but like yeah, leaving New Orleans at 1:30 p.m. and I've got work the next day at 7:30.
I feel like
Absolutely crazy.
we drove to New Orleans like multiple times. I feel like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got
dude,
engaged down
I've
there.
never
We
been
did
to New Orleans
that.
without you.
Yeah.
I've been there 3
I just went and it was an absolute blast. I mean,
I know.
I don't know, there's something about that city. It's like there's so many like melting pots of people and the food and the
The
I don't
culture
know,
is
the
great,
culture, the architecture, like it's I don't know, there's something about it. It's so colorful.
dude. Yeah, dude. Okay, so we go to Buku. This is 2013, crazy year. We go to Buku. Then I remember I went to. I don't think you did anything, but like I went to EDC. Chicago was just fucking lame.
Yeah, that's when you wore the Toon Squad jerseys.
My yeah, multiple times.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Sip organized it. Couldn't organize being here at all. Ah, and then Spring Awakening, same thing. And then I go to
Spring
E-Force
Awakening, hey, I'm sorry. Spring Awakening,
2014.
I honestly think that's probably a top five set for me.
Yeah,
I that was the like the introduction.
no, you're talking 2014.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
I know.
I don't think he only played Spring Awakening
No, I know.
once.
I'm saying the 2013 year. Like,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
oh,
yeah. No,
oh.
I know. That was pretty. That was dope.
What did you go for? Like Swedish House Mafia or what?
No, they didn't play that.
Who was at Spring Awakening that year?
Honestly, Bass Nectar played.
Diplo? Oh,
No, Bass Nectar. I think Calvin Harris. Um, I think Eric Prydz or some shit. I mean, again,
yeah.
that shit. I was in the scene. It was like I feel like when I got in all that stuff, it was like not necessarily like PL was like what got me into it, but like then I was like, oh, like all about like doing all this, like getting into everything. But then like PL also brought me out of it too. But like yeah, like I was definitely like just spinning the orbit, getting faced off glove shows. You know,
What was with that orbit, dude? You could not shake that thing for like 7 years,
no,
dude.
not 7 years. Come on, be real. Maybe
And
like
you had all these body things. You
yeah.
were like,
Oh, I know. Okay, I just had Nick on, and I was like, I talked about him. Like one thing about this motherfucker, he was spinning the gloves,
yeah,
and
yeah, no, no,
I was like,
I've,
do it again. But I was like, I did the orbit, but then like I talked about, I met this kid at Camp Bisco, 2013. I went to there right after E Force and shit. But then this kid was like not spinning it. I'm like, oh, you don't have to spin it. And he was like crawling it around his body, and then like yeah, like it was just like the movement type shit. But yeah, I
you
don't.
got real technical with it. You got real technical.
Uh
Yeah.
I
It
did.
kind of reminded me of that break dancer from the Olympics from Australia.
Probably did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? And you know what's so funny is like I felt like so weird. I feel like when I got into it, like everyone's like, oh, like everyone like so many people that like did poi and did like all these
Hmm.
different like things, and like you felt like it was like that was like a part of it. And now it's like I feel like that shit died off, and it's like
It's all about the music, dude.
no,
It's
and like but
like,
back then it was all about like oh like I would
yeah,
walk through the crowd and be like someone be like I'm like give me a show, and
yeah.
you know
I think even just like the Pretty Lights fan base is growing because it's like when I went to the Chicago shows, it's like, the conversations I'm having with people that I haven't seen, in 5 years, it went from like, just like trivial, like I almost want to say like kid shit to like now we're talking about like mortgages and 401ks and how are your kids and like it just everybody's just that much older. So I feel like
Yeah,
that, like, I don't know, that like, oh, I'm not even gonna like watch the show. I'm just gonna do this in the crowd. Like, I don't
yeah,
know. It's like obsolete
yeah,
now.
for sure. And I mean, it is crazy. Like to, I feel like if you were to like think about it, like I feel like obviously there's like a newer wave of like fan base, but like in general, like the fan base, I feel like is like on the 30s to 40, mid 40s, like
Yeah, which is nice. I mean, the
it's
crowds.
dope.
Although
It's
the
dope.
Salt Shed was definitely oversold. I was absolutely crunched in that crowd, but I don't know. For the most part, it wasn't like just a bunch of like assholes. Like everybody was like,
Yeah,
I don't know, more respectful and
yeah.
yeah,
I'll tell you one thing I love about, because it's crazy. Like when I haven't seen Pretty Lights in Chicago for like since 2017. Like I'm going like what is that, 7 8 years or whatever. But yeah, like I've like on the western region of this of fucking beyond like past Colorado, continental divide type shit. It is definitely more like the shows aren't as packed and shit. Like San Francisco is definitely like
yeah,
a smaller venue and shit, but Tahoe is fucking awesome and
yeah,
yeah. And like I miss, don't get me wrong, I miss being with all y'all, but like it is there's something special to not being, because when I'm with y'all, I'm gonna be like talking to everyone, because I'm social. I want to fucking talk to everybody and shit.
yeah. You do like to talk. I mean, we're on a pod right now.
You got that right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's I feel like again, that's probably where I'm a victim to the social shit. Like, I mean, I can't help myself, but yeah, fucking I feel like I'm a social butterfly. But yeah, whatever. I just feel like it is kind of nice to like step back and I feel like you do like, enjoy the show more. But yeah. So, let's go beyond all this and uh beyond PL and all the times we had. Oh no, let's go back to PL. Let's go back to New Orleans. What I love about PL is you proposed to your wife in New Orleans,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I was there, and I
Even got
said,
a shout out from the man himself on Twitter or a retweet or something.
"Oh yeah,
That was the Joy Theater night.
oh
Yeah, and the secret set. And if anybody's watching this, I would love to hear if anybody else was there. And we went down there with like, oh, his brother, all these other people, and like somebody we were with just got like
no,
just took way way
oh
too
no."
much.
Let me
And
explain this. You're not even going. Okay, we went with the crew, but let's just say there was two other people that weren't necessarily in the know of PL that came,
yeah,
and they may have been a
country
known person.
guy.
No, a known person of someone in the crew, but like he brought along his friend, and let's just say someone may have handed him a little extra of something that
Yeah,
you would
extracurriculars.
maybe
Yeah,
say, hey, maybe just do one, whatever. So that dude was already gone, and then so we go to the show, which Buku was a great show, great show.
yeah, amazing.
Ryan Zoidis played with them because Scott Flynn was done, and saxophone, the New Orleans style fucking you know little jams like I Can See in Your Face. Buku's always a shit. If you're talking like live stuff, I run it back to Counterpoint 2014, uh, Buku 16. There's a handful of like the pay per view Analog Future one. There's a lot of them, but yeah, fucking. That was really special, but then we go to the secret set when they're doing that stuff, and it was under a highway pass. And then this dude asks you, the dude that did a little too much, and he's like, "What is this?" And you're like, "This is Pretty Lights." And what's it?
That dude,
What's
yeah,
this dude supposed to expect? So guess here's the deal. You got Derek up there with fucking Mux Mool, and dude's
yeah,
like, you say that to him, and this guy just says,
yeah.
okay, and he walks up there.
Mind you, I'm having a conversation. Me, my fiance, we're talking to Eric Krasno.
Sure.
and we're sitting there. She had a lettuce shirt on, cheers me for the, for proposing.
Oh, Roddy
And I,
Rod, dude.
I look
You
over.
just tell this kid, and he's like, "What is this?" And you, instead of being like, "Hey, this is like an underground project thing, like this," and
Yeah.
you're like, "This is pretty lights."
Pretty
And
lines.
then he's like, this kid just goes like, "Okay." He walks up there and he goes up to Maxwell and starts going bop bop bop,
On
and
the
then they get into it.
stage.
They get into a little pushing match, and dude, it was like, and then the guy that came with him, not gonna disclose who and where and what, but and then he tries to bring him back and put his arm around him like it's okay, and then tries to like dance to him. It's like, get that motherfucker out of here, dude. He doesn't know
They
nothing.
teared him off stage.
I
So like
know.
if anybody's listening, I would love to hear if anybody else saw that because I've been to many shows. I have never seen somebody walk up on stage and try to press buttons
Yeah.
to show that they can make better music. I
Yeah,
mean,
I don't think he was trying to show he could do it. He was just like, "What the
I
fuck?"
don't know.
He was just so confused. You can't just like this
Yeah,
guy. This guy obviously came in a situation. Did no offense, you
too much.
you fucking
Entirely too much
you
tuna.
just like you just get. And then he's up there like he goes from that to this. He's like, "What is it?" And you're like,
This is pretty
it's
like.
like if I fucking invited someone to my fucking nephew's flag football game. You're like, "This is the NFL." So yo, here's the
Yeah,
deal. Here's the deal. If had not that been a night of drama, that would have been the story. It's like when the news. It's like when something happens like overseas, and then instead there's like a huge thing, and the news can only talk about that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know. So here's the thing, and I hate to say this, but it's brought up. Okay, the Joy Theater was something, and I love Pretty Lights, but this was one moment that was I don't know. I can't even count it on my list of shows. If I did, I'd see 45 right now, but I'm at 44, and we bought VIP tickets, and I don't know what the fuck went on.
Most sought after ticket I think I've ever had to buy
Yeah,
for a Pretty Light show, other than the Chicago run recently and in for Pretty
yeah.
Lights last October. But yeah, I don't, and it was just so weird because there was so much hype around it with like
The Preservation
Preservation
Hall
Hall
Jazz
Jazz
Band.
Band and like them being from New
Dude,
Orleans
we
and
went to
like
Buku and we bought VIP fucking tickets to an after party that was Pretty Lights with the Preservation Hall Jazz Band. And I mean, again, I'm not Pretty Lights, and I respect him, and I understand that, like, at the end of the day, no one could talk shit because like you're not them, and if you want to really like talk shit, go do it yourself. But at the end of the day, you know that like the vibe was definitely it was a it was something that I can't explain. I mean, I was at the
yeah.
double doink fucking Bears game, and it doesn't even like compare to the level. You know, it
The
was.
double doink was bad. The
I
double doink
know, but
was
like
really
at least
bad.
they played football out there. I don't
Yeah,
know what went on up
yeah,
there. Like it was something. I mean, again, I don't. Whatever. We've gone. It was something, and it was.
yeah.
It was. And if it was not for that, people might be talking about the kid that went up there and was, you know, pushing the dude and shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So beyond
I
that,
mean,
all right. Beyond that, fucking let's just let's just say we went to fucking Red Rocks multiple years, but me and Max, this guy, we have a language we speak
yeah.
that is a pretty quick, you know,
TL Latin.
it's
That's what it is.
yeah, Latin. It's Latin. Like I tell you right now, dude.
And nobody knows what we're saying other than us.
Yeah,
It's
and it's like we're twisted beyond belief, dude. And it's just like,
yeah.
and it's just like, dude, I'm fucking straight like that right now.
Yeah, you basically take like a saying that's like three or four words and you combine it into one and it's just whatever it really sounds like.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing? Shudern.
yeah,
It's like
sure,
it's little things like
yeah. Well, it's like it is what it is. It is what it is.
it is.
It is what it is.
Yeah,
Or,
and
you know the
it's
deal.
definitely got some
You know the deal.
flair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nedede. Yeah, nedede.
Yeah.
Or like,
Yanadadal.
yeah, yeah, nedede. Yeah, nedede. It's basically not closing your mouth and using your tongue. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
nedede. It's like, yo, dude, I'm falling. Or straight up, we
Yeah.
say strata, we'd be like, strata. Yo, I'm fucked up. Strata. So,
Yeah.
all right, moving past that, um, fucking football, tons of fucking. I mean, yo, I mean, there's so many layers, but yeah, fucking my guy Max, huge fucking Brady fan. I mean, just
Yeah. Big Brady guy.
the confidence that lives in this guy. I wish I could fucking
Yeah.
hone in on.
I'm literally drinking a Bud Light right now. I've got massive.
And Voodoo Ranger, I'm a little
Yeah.
under the
Yeah.
radar,
Yeah.
height
Yeah.
wise and confidence wise.
Get with it, dude. We're coming back.
Yeah, pun intended.
Yep.
All right, so all right. Let me just say, stood up for this guy, and this guy did it right with his wedding, and I feel like I could say it the same way, but in different aspects. Max had the festival vibe for his wedding. We all had the family. We all went there to set it up. We had the tents up. We had the nice bathrooms in there. This guy had a pig roast. Did it right from top to bottom, and just
Yeah.
we even had
Big
the
barn. We had the little like cigar lounge. We took
yeah,
like hay bales, set them up like a I don't know, like a sectional sofa, threw some like blankets over it.
DIY
There
wedding.
was
Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah. No, it was that was nice. I
I
mean, we
stood
had
up.
like 11 acres, so
Yeah,
might as well.
and I stood up, and most people make you spend a lot of money and shit. We had untucked button-up shirts, khaki shorts, and then fucking Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks, and I got a lot of flack for that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm
You
like,
know what?
they're
I just
fucking
I just bought my first
Birkenstocks.
pair after that a year ago.
Yeah, yeah,
So thank you.
yeah, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
vibe. It's a vibe. I've trekked many, 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 many miles in Birks.
Yeah. So Max not only stood up for me, was my best man.
Yeah, yeah,
Threw a banger for the bachelor party for me. I mean, I can't think he's kind of. I mean, I already like, I don't have any brothers, and I was like, you know, part of me was always like, oh, no one's gonna ever ask me to be a best man. Like I always kind of like was like always thinking about like, well, who like all this stuff. But then I
yeah,
realized I'm like, it's not even about that. And like when I was not even like planning it yet, you're already sending me places, and like that's what it's about.
yeah,
And that's like what stood
yeah,
out to me, and I'm like, that's what you want in a best friend. Like some people like think you always like need like, oh, it has to be this like thing, and I'm like, no, what it really comes down to is someone who's gonna not only stand up for you, but like take it upon themselves. So I can't,
yeah. No,
I
we
can't,
got it done, dude.
yeah,
That was really, really fun.
yeah. And on top
And
of that,
like Gatlinburg, I mean, you're just like if you've never been to the Smoky Mountains, like a
yeah,
lot of people on that trip, were never at the Smoky
yeah,
Mountains. They figured out real quick what the Smoky Mountains were. Like that stuff was like even just like yeah, just like looking out from that like I don't know what we had. It was like an indoor outdoor like
oh
balcony thing, but like
yeah,
the smoke would be coming up and then like it would
billowing,
just go away.
yeah, billowing, dude,
And
yeah,
every 10 minutes you'd look out there and it's a brand new view. And there's new houses that show up, but then they vanish and then they yeah,
yeah,
that was really, really cool.
yeah. Because even then, like
Yeah.
I had an idea about a couple of places. I definitely want to be in the mountains. But then, like, I feel like you sent me some shit. I'm like, oh yeah, Tennessee, dude, and it was perfect for
Yeah.
people coming from Chicago. And yeah, dude. I mean, again, I love you. I can't thank you enough, man. For real.
Spammy Brothers.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it doesn't. And then beyond that, at my wedding, absolutely killed it. I mean, made me cry.
I was tweaking. I was literally like holding my, my
Yeah.
phone. Yeah, it's so weird because like for my job, I literally talk on the phone all day long.
Yeah.
But when I'm just in front of a group of people, like it took me like over 3 years to pass oral comm in high school. Like it's like it's just yeah, it's like nerve-wracking. But yeah, I mean, I put a lot of time into that. I was writing that thing for that speech for I don't know, probably a month and a half,
Yeah,
and just I'd always have it up on my computer. I'm working, something would pop into my head, a funny story. The one I put in there about my like when I was like taking my dad's car, and then it was like. We get home, my dad comes out, he checks the mileage, looks at my mom and screams, 87 miles. And we just go running off down the alley. Like, yeah, there's so many, like, and
yeah,
it's crazy that's just literally one story,
yeah,
out of the 10,000 we have together. But
yeah. Dude, your bachelor party. I don't even remember this. We
out in
got
the Dells,
dude, the last night there's some pictures. I don't know how you, me, and your brother and someone else. We are
Juju was in there,
in one
and there's
bed,
somebody else, five people on a king bed, just absolutely zonked.
and we're like straight out of a fucking like a fucking picture of a bunch of newborn puppies, dude. Just like like I'm sleeping on your shoulder, like fucking,
Yeah, yeah.
dude, straight up,
That's
yeah,
that's a bachelor party though. I mean, we were just in New Orleans. Everybody's two to a bed, like people
yeah,
sleeping on couches, like.
dude.
And you know what's crazy with our pretty light shows? Like when we started like traveling, we would literally put 20 people into a hotel room.
I know,
Like what? I
yeah.
remember being at the Royal Sonesta and they're knocking on the door like, "Yo, you guys gotta go. This is a room for two people." And there's like 13 people in one one room. I mean, I guess you got to make do with what funds you got at the time, but
Sure, but someone's taking on the responsibility,
someone is putting it in their name.
and other people are. Oh wait, that reminds me. Okay, yo, when we went to Colorado, Red Rocks 2014, we go to fucking Boulder and get this
Yeah,
dope crib. I mean, this crib was so nice that
yeah.
this
It was a
this
chalet.
this house was it had no uh cooling system. It had fucking these shutters that like these sun blocking shutters, and like they'd open up to like let airflow in and everything. But the company Max was working at the time, he like used that as a front. Gave me a polo. It was an XL polo. I'm walking in there like I work for the company and everything. Like, oh,
We're
thanks, bro.
married, and we I said we were all married.
Dude.
We're like, we're
So
here for some work outing.
we go in there, and then we fucking leave. There's like minimum 20 bags of trash in the fucking garbage, dude. It was fucked. This bitch sent a fucking email, not happy
Oh my gosh.
whatsoever, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, I honestly thought I would have faced like legal recourse from that. But luckily, for some reason, and I never do it. I never buy like the additional insurance. I'm like, you know what? I told this lady there's going to be six people here. We're going to be here for 4 days. There's about 24 people sleeping in this house. And she said, absolutely no smoking on the property. And I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and buy the insurance for like an extra 250 bucks. And she said, she's like, thank God you bought the insurance because it was, I just, and she was so nice too. I felt so bad. She like, we walked in, she had a bottle of wine for us. We told her we're having a chef come by. Like, it's just, um, yeah,
Also,
good
that
times.
limo was turning around, and she said
Oh,
like her neighbors were pissed and shit.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Also, this fucking limo, I booked the limo. He's trying to turn around on a
Yeah.
fucking mountain road, and all the people in the back are like,
Yeah.
"Stop, stop!" Because the tires are here and they're over the cliff.
He was pretty geek sauce too. I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure he actually went to the show.
But he was all,
I think he parked his truck and I think he walked right into South
yeah,
Flat.
but he was also like, Sib's ex girl was all back there and like, "Stop, stop!" He's like, "Hey, I drive this car all the time. Don't tell me what to do." But they're on the ledge, and I'm like, fuck it.
I think we all got out at that point. I think we literally got out and walked the quarter mile
Actually, I
because
think
the
he
car
did.
was smoking. The car was smoking. He's like, I can't go up anymore. I mean, there was a lot of people in that van, and we were smashed in there.
I think that's why the neighbors were pissed because we were walking up there and we were all fucking loud and shit.
Yeah, hooting and hollering. I mean, I just it was so cool because it was just this like small little driveway, like gravel drive, very narrow, and then it just literally cut off and went down the mountain. And you're just I just remember looking at the moon and I just total HD vision. I mean, it was unreal.
Yeah.
One of those moments I wish I could just Polaroid and
Oh, for sure. I mean,
yeah.
tons, dude, tons. Yeah. And then, dude, let's go back to. I mean, I don't know if I should go back to that one, but dramatic at the fucking. We had that hotel at the fucking what's it
Oh
called?
yeah, I got my foot stuck in a chair at the show. I couldn't get my foot out of the chair. I was wearing these like Ugg boots. I was-
Dude. You know what's crazy? My Facebook is so fucked. If you look at my profile pictures, I can't. I had the audacity to make fun of that. If you look at all my, there's one of you, me, and Kayla, and Sam. And shit. I'm clenching on the we're clenching on the water bottles and like, and I'm like, oh, profile picture. Oh,
Yeah, let's do it.
dude, if you run
Everybody's
it,
double fisting
dude,
waters at
if you
2
run
a.m.
like speaking of R.I.P. Got any waters?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. R.I.P.
Yeah, yeah. So, okay. So let's go beyond that. Again, one thing that I love about, you know, our relationship, especially, and even PL, like, okay, real quick. When PL stopped, we both got into the Grateful Dead.
Yeah, I would say and even just like the jam band scene too, like and it's I feel like that's common I think with a lot of PL fans just because I mean we started with a DJ, then it turned into a live band.
And then we all got
And
into
like
Lettuce. And
yeah,
right?
Lettuce, I mean yeah, a lot of Krasno stuff, like a lot of
Yeah.
those bandmates like
Yeah.
yeah, it was just
But
like I
Analog
just felt like
Future
that was the natural progression.
and Analog Future got us into a lot of that shit. But yeah,
Yeah.
especially,
I mean, we
especially like,
followed Deitch wherever he went, dude. I mean, that guy,
yeah, so good.
hands down. I mean, even when he like sat in at the caverns, I mean, you can just tell like his like breaks on the cymbals and like everything is just so crisp with that guy.
I'll tell you, I come along to like love Alvin, and I honestly like in terms of like the whole band. I feel like this is something I ask people a lot, and let me ask you right now: the five band members, if you had a chance like to kick it with any one of them, and just like hang out, get drinks, chill, get dinner, which one would you pick?
Of the current ones,
Current, and I feel like
I mean, I'd
other
honestly,
than Derek,
yeah, other than Derek, if I had to pick the new band, I would honestly, yeah, probably say Alvin.
yeah, it's either
Yeah,
Alvin
I
or
mean,
Mike. I feel like it's either Menor. I feel like Menor's a little more like.
yeah,
Because I met Menor. I met actually in San Francisco. I met Menor and Alvin, but like I feel like Menor was like it was a different scenario. I saw fucking Alvin when he was on the phone and stuff. But like I just
yeah.
love Alvin's like vibe where he's like, "Yo, what's good?" I mean, like he's just like,
Always drinking bottle of
"Oh,
champagne,
awesome,
like
yeah, yeah," and like
yeah,
just he's just on that shit. Yeah, but like Menor is like definitely I feel like he's like so like welcoming or whatever. But yeah, either way, I feel like Alvin's the fucking dude. But yeah, I feel like I've come along to like his stuff, but back to what you're saying, there was something special. It took a while for me to get over Deitch because Deitch was
yeah.
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he just yeah, he comes from just such like a I don't know funk background, and
I mean, even
he
like his
just
a
yeah,
musical school background.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure his dad was a drummer too.
Yeah. But even then, so when we got into Dead, I remember Kreutzmann, uh, one of the drummers of OG drummers of Grateful Dead, the original drummer of Grateful Dead before Mickey Hart came out. But like there's two. Someone asked him in an interview, they're like, "Who's your favorite drummer nowadays?" And why? He's like Adam Deitch. And he's like, I just went and saw him and shit, and like mad respect,
Yeah, dude, that's
yeah, from
That's
you.
yeah. I mean, that's a compliment coming
I
from
mean, beyond, you got the Grateful Dead.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so backtrack. We got into Dental Company hard, and I remember you went to uh you didn't even go to the show, but you were like outside the GD50.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Which
Yeah.
I heard GD60, they rented Soldier Field for
Yeah.
4th of July weekend.
Yeah, I know. Probably gonna have to hit that shit. Yeah,
Pull
I mean,
up.
dude, yeah. Yeah. So even though we were all bummed about PL dipping and shit, like one thing that I'm like, I feel like I feel like I needed it. I feel like we all needed it. Like like again, like you said, you come back and you talk to these people, like your conversations are so much more like mature and stuff like that. And like, I mean, dude, looking back on me where I was, I definitely needed a step back, and so much of my life has changed since then. But um, what I love is that like after that happened, I got into fucking the Grateful Dead music, and like I love it so much, and I like we did it too. Even went to a fucking show with your parents.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
would have thought we
No,
go?
it's
Who would have thought we go from 87 miles to fucking Wrigley, dude?
yeah. I just remember like right after that show, we're like, all right, we're calling these people a cab. They're getting out of here. They didn't even know what an Uber was. Um, they're like, oh, where are we going? I'm like, Uber's coming here. We're in this spot. The Uber's gonna come right to us.
Dude, so
Yeah,
good.
it's just it's cool because like I remember my dad saying like he remembers seeing Jerry at like Northwestern's like music hall like back in the
Hey,
day and like
hey,
Janis Joplin at Ravinia like there's like a lot of music he's seen and I think just like yeah like getting to see that again especially with like a John Mayer twist like
for sure. And I love John Mayer. Anyone who
yeah.
talks shit, you get fuck
Yeah,
off.
dude, he's our modern day Eric Clapton. He's our generation's Eric Clapton, or
Yeah,
Hall of Fame guitarist,
dude.
first ballot. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, and I just
100%.
yeah. I don't know, dude. I mean, you like all these people like sit here and like act like Jerry gives a fuck, and like they think like Jerry sits down and like looks like I don't like that.
Oh no,
I don't like that my
no,
music has carried this far. You know, like, and that's why like it's
it's
one thing.
still going. The music never stopped.
Literally,
Like
that's why I say
I,
the music never stopped.
yeah, it's how happy are all those fans that can now go back to that and bring their kids? Like
I mean,
it's spanning generations now, and then those kids, like
it's timeless, dude.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I feel like that's what you can only hope and dream for, dude. Like,
Hmm. And
fuck.
maybe PL will be like that. I mean, who knows?
I feel like they. I mean, that's what you got want to encourage, and like they're
Not that
also
I bring my 12-year-old to a pretty light show, but yeah, it's and not that I have a 12-year-old right now, but
But I mean, dude, my uncle.
I've seen it though. I've seen it.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I feel like at a certain point, I would like not like I'm gonna drag him around and like put headphones on him, but like I would be like, hey, get him into it, and if they like it, show them around when it's appropriate. But yeah,
Yeah.
my uncle, uh, roughly before Jerry died, about 500 shows and shit, of Grateful Dead and stuff. So,
Yeah, the tie-dye guy.
oh yeah, Uncle Arthur.
Was he all right with the North Carolina thing? I mean,
My uncle Nick, the one who was at my wedding, they had two cars totaled by trees falling on them.
really?
So, yeah,
Wow.
but my uncle Arthur lives in Chapel Hill,
Okay.
like Duke and UNC and shit. So they're not by the like you know. I think the hurricane went up uh like northwest, like towards
Hmm.
right, like Georgia and like western North Carolina got hit
Yeah.
pretty hard. Yeah, but so hang on, let me go. We haven't even hit my notes. That's how good this was. That's how good this
What do
was.
you got? What do you got?
All right. So I have a question for you. Beyond the shows and music, uh, what do you love? most about being a PL fan for all these years?
Um, I don't know. I feel like Pretty Lights in general is just like I was pretty hurt when he left. I'd say honestly, my favorite thing is just that he's back and this shit is still going because like yeah, you put so much like time and money into like the connection and like all the shows and all the memories and then like even now like now we have a live stream and it's I can't make every show so like I
Yeah,
remember being at the October shows in Chicago and like going up to Jack and being like and Laser Shark and Greg and I was just like dude you guys have no idea how like awesome it is to just I mean I watch every show I have
yeah,
sometimes with people over sometimes with not but like just being able to access that kind of music. And it's always been that way for Pretty Lights, but because all his music's always been free. But yeah, I'm honestly just happy he's back.
well, dude, the thing I was talking to Steve about is like before, like when we started getting into it, if you weren't at a show, other than a couple Facebook videos, you missed it.
Yeah, a
The
lot of
drive,
FOMO. The FOMO has settled.
yeah,
Like, yeah, I wish I was there, but like, I mean, it's almost like watching an NFL game. Like the streams are insane.
yeah,
Like the digital map. Look, turn around. I mean, you see it. It's like.
yeah. The pixelated
It's
images, like the three, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and how they like they create this like 3D like digital box and they're like flying some like digital drone through that like
yeah.
yeah, it's absolutely nuts.
But yeah, dude, literally at one point it was if you weren't there,
Yeah.
other than a fucking set list post and uh, a couple Facebook videos, you were missing it. So
Hmm.
yeah. Um, so I guess you already kind of did this, but my next question was touch on your life before a hiatus. How much has changed during that time, and where are you at now in your life?
Yeah, I mean pre-hiatus just an absolute wild child. Um and now yeah, I feel like I don't I yeah, I believe me, I'd love to hit every stop, but yeah, with the live streams it just
Well, I mean, hey,
I feel like
touch
it's
on where you were before.
yeah, I
You
mean
have
before it
family, and
was
like
yeah, before I feel like I was yeah, I had FOMO. I would hit every single show I could. Um and now yeah, I don't know, it's like
all right, you're
it's
missing the
just
point.
it's
You're
just
missing the point of my question. You before now you have children.
oh yeah, I mean yeah, now it's well and that breaks into the live streams is because like yeah, I can't hit every show that I want to, you know, like there's and not that it's bad. I mean, I love being a dad. It's, you know, having kids is awesome. Like it's you find like it's such a like a self worth and you know you come home and you got some little kid there just like like but yeah to like just piggyback on that too like just being able to like watch those live streams and
Yeah,
yeah I don't know it's just I feel like it's a blessing just to be able to like have him back and continue to do that kind of shit and they're
yeah,
putting all the money back in so I'll buy the streams. Because Derek said he's like, yeah, any money that we're getting from the stream purchases goes directly back into the stream.
yeah,
So
yeah. I mean, to touch on again, I feel like, um, I feel like I got engaged, and one thing, not only like what I said before, like when I was like on like didn't know, I don't have a brother, I don't have like all these like things to like know who to like pick and everything, like not only like what I said before, like you already did that, but like our as soon as PL came back, we were calling each other.
I mean, I think within like 6 minutes of the post, I mean, it was.
And dude, it's like we were right back, and like I like you said, I was beat, dude. I was upset about PL leaving. I get it. Like I feel like there's like we didn't really have a lot of answers. which is
Hmm.
okay. I mean, but uh just like to not really know and like I feel like I was like so like I was like they're about to fucking break the fucking break the fucking like boundaries and internet and everything like that and like and for it to just like fall short and just like there's no like
Yeah.
explanation.
Especially when you put so much into like a tour, or, going to shows and like that being like such a center point of your life. I almost think it's a good thing because it's like, yeah, like you don't need to have all your chips in one basket. Like it
Right.
progressed me like musically on like what I listened to and
Yeah, for sure.
so
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
looking back on it, I'm like, I appreciate Prelay so much more for like honestly, there's so many things that Derek's done and not really giving a fuck about anyone, and it's like
Hmm.
there's so many things that's been like, what's going on, and it all makes sense now. Even the
Hmm.
like even using the analog stuff and like now like whatever it
It's
is
more
what it is.
refined.
But
It's
I'm not him and like are you doing that? No one else is and like fucking
yeah.
and so again to go back, I just love that you know our friendship has gone through so many different stages, but like this is definitely something that we like fucking we hold true to our fucking our bond, and like once it came back we were just like yo you
Yeah.
know it's
Just the
crazy.
excitement. Like I remember me and
I
Kayla
mean,
were
I didn't
like,
even seen the PL show with you in the how I mean,
yeah.
but still. And
It
I
was
remember,
so long. It was so long. And I remember being in Door County, me and Kayla are camping. She's pregnant with Riley and I'm on my phone. And what was it? Cervantes was the first or no, what was the first show when he came back?
oh, Mission Ballroom.
Mission Ballroom. Okay, yeah, Mission Ballroom. It was a Denver show, and I was streaming it on my phone, and we're sitting by the campfire. It's just me and her, and I'm like, "Are you hearing this? Is this the new Pretty Lights? Is this it?" Like, and they're doing these like Cypress Hill samples, like "I wanna get high," and literally mind blown. We like immediately go into the garage or into the barn. We're like, I think I need to get this on a TV. Like and it was just the whole night and like just to see how he like yeah, he sat on a lot of shit for a long time
Bro, I know
and just yeah, you can't even put it into words. You got to go see a show.
dude, I know.
It's
And that's like one thing too, like, how one thing I say like about a lot I feel like a lot of jam bands, but like I feel like Pretty Lights just more so in that like um in that pocket of conversation, but like, like especially speaking about like debt and like the dead stuff and like even like whatever else. You don't get it until you see a show.
yeah,
And you
yeah,
can't like you can only like go so far. But like to go back on what you were saying before, I remember you hit me up and I was working and you're like, are you seeing this shit right now? And I was fucking at work and I was on break and I saw they were doing Welcome to the Machine, Pink Floyd to open up like the second set of the fucking the Mission Ballroom and shit. Like, I mean, they're just stretching so
yeah.
I mean, it's
It's great.
but you know what's crazy is like, yo, bro, when we went to fucking Red Rocks to see the live band, and we are just like, it's the same song, but it's like live, and to go from there to this,
Yeah, even the visual. I mean, you'd think like the visuals couldn't get better, and it's
bro,
yeah, yeah. It's
it's crazy, dude.
check
It's
it out
crazy.
live and direct.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, dude. I don't
Yeah,
know. I mean, and that again to tie it back. This is why I always wanted to do this because I mean, I don't know. I feel like, dude, we haven't even tried that hard to I've barely even looked at my nose. Like I feel like we could talk forever, and I feel like
yeah, yeah.
that's the
There'll
way
be
I
a
don't.
part two.
There'll be a regular sesh. That's the lead, eh? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, fucking my best man, dude. Yeah. So, um, you know, moving forward, what's crazy too is that they keep switching it up, and you know, all the request lines and everything is just like fucking super cool, and just I don't know, dude. Talk about your buddy that you met down in NOLA, a new guy.
Yeah, no, just went on a bachelor party. If you see this guy, you'll never forget him. Just mustache man.
Yeah, waxed
But
out.
yeah, and he came up to me and I saw him at the Chicago shows. His name's Cody. Um, and he's a new timer. He never seen Pretty Lights even just before the break, and just hearing him just like with this like fire burning of like, oh my gosh, the music, the samples, like breaking down every song, and like it's just nice to see like so many new faces like joining like the movement. Um, yeah, just it almost like revitalized me. It's just like the guy's just bouncing off the wall, listening to every song, sending me every cut and every sample. Um, but yeah, you've got to have that guy on the pod. He is an absolute riot. Um,
I'd have to have one with you though.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I feel like I'm always trying to like push this shit on people, and I love hearing that. And I met this kid in Tahoe, and he was like super young, and his first shows were like the Warfield, and like he's like, oh, like I'm a rookie and stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck, dude. You fucking welcome. I'm fucking
Yeah,
for us
pull
being
up.
dead, for us being dead, for us being dead fans and shit. Like, dude, this shit goes so deep there.
Yeah,
So who the fuck, like, when it comes to this, who would I be to like, not welcome people and shit like that,
yeah.
So
You'd be an asshole.
I am in some ways, in other ways I'm not. Yeah, yeah, dude. So I think so many stories. One thing I have right here, 2015, we go down to Austin, Texas, and we go to Euphoria Music Festival.
Yeah. Another, hey, we're just gonna play one night, like it's crazy we go to festivals and it's just for a single set for an entire
Yeah,
weekend.
but that's how hard we were chasing, dude. And like,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm happy
Every
that
little
we
bit.
went. I'm happy that we went through that then, because like now we know what we want, and like now also the team is like
Yeah.
doing. They're like they're doing all this extra stuff because like you know Austin City Limits and fucking
Hmm.
all this other shit. Like I'm like unless it's like convenient for me, I'm not gonna do that because I know what I want out of PO. But
Which is more than one night and one weekend.
yeah, ain't no way I'm doing a fucking 90 minute. But you know it's all good. Even then, I will say, uh, last weekend set of ACL, they fucking did a nice
Yeah.
snippet of they definitely like took it in. But my guy Max, that was him.
Yeah, I think we were drinking, what were we drinking? Desperados? Was that it? I think that was a
I don't know
Texas
what you
thing.
were drinking, dude, but you were laying in your own puke, dude.
Yeah, that was rough. That was a rough time. I did make it out of there alive. I think it was that STS 9 set? But yeah, no, I mean it's just yeah, that fest was an
I feel like
absolute blur. I
Marvy
mean,
was played that night too, but yeah, I feel like it
yeah.
was like yeah.
We
Either
got a
way,
really good break science set
yeah,
we saw before that. I remember being like 10 feet from Deitch. I mean, nobody was there. It
yeah.
was like just
Uh,
strolled right on up.
that stage by the river, yeah,
Yeah, and it smelled like absolute ass. Yeah, I think there was like some like sewer main break or something
yeah,
like
right by the
it,
airport, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, pretty bad.
absolutely disgusting.
But that was like a solo Derek set, and we hadn't been used to it in a while. But I bought these fucking these these uh these fucking joggers that were like I don't know these
I
gym
think they were
joggers.
like Galaxy
Yeah,
Star.
Galaxy. Yeah, and then I remember
Yeah.
Derek. I was in about because let me just say this right now. all these people who are like, I just love a DJ set. You're fucked. You don't understand the fucking progression of everything. You don't understand like how much service
Yeah.
Derek's done to the fucking music scene. You don't get it. And to say that, like, sure, all right, it's fine. But like, dude, even at like the Bonner things, when like they're they're like the fucking what the Analog Future band has done and what fucking this fucking soundship space,
Hmm.
space, it's fucking next level. And if you don't understand that, like, you're just a numbskull. Like, you're just like, like, I mean, you don't have a musical fucking. I'm sorry, whatever. But anyone who's like, I just like prefer the no.
I
Uh,
don't think I've ever met somebody like that yet.
I've just seen it online.
Oh, really? A
Yeah,
DJ set? Really?
yeah. Sorry,
I would assume that's on the Discord, maybe. I don't know.
I don't even do it on the Discord. I mean, I feel like
It is
Discord.
pretty cool though how they're taking like requests for
I
songs
do it on
and
Instagram though.
yeah.
Which, by the way, I've already said it, but I'm gonna keep saying it because I literally thought I did jet fuel, but I said it on my podcast before the shows, and um, the fact that I said it before and it happened and I was all twisted was a moment for me. But like, I hit up the girl and I was like, "Oh, did I do that?" And she's like, "No, you didn't." And I'm like, "I thought I did." And she's like, "You didn't." But
Give me credit. Like now.
I wasn't looking for credit, but yeah. But I
But it
also
sounded
like
like
made a video about it, and like people are probably like, "This guy's a liar." So it would, yeah. It is crazy though. I literally like said ahead of time, like I'm like, oh, I think it was jet fuel, and apparently, because I was putting in so much stuff, it was just like I was just putting in so much shit, you know.
yeah.
But whatever, it is. It is what it is. So, nonetheless, fucking R.I.P. Mac Miller, and I put in. Oh my god, wait, let me just tell you right now. I feel like I'm gonna do it later, but I put in a lot of shit for. Wait, I'll save it. Actually, I put in a lot of stuff for fucking Vegas. A lot.
I think you're only due 5, right?
5 for non-PL tracks, but
Oh.
they split it up into two different days because there's different themes for each night.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wait, let me get to it. I gotta just tell you,
Bunch of Elvis Presley or
no, no, Paul Simon, Graceland though.
nice.
Actually, wait, let me get back to my shit about us, dude. Okay, yeah. So you puking. Okay. Uh oh wait. Wait. Let's go back to Euphoria. This is when Snapchat was new, right? And there's this vibe called Keep Austin Weird. Um, not proud of this, but I was in the bathroom at our fucking Airbnb and I was on the shitter and accidentally took a story selfie of myself on the pooper, and I was trying to say keep Austin weird, and I put to my story and I didn't know how to delete it. So I thought I'd delete my Snapchat. Didn't work. And so I just go the whole next day with my ass, with my fucking elbow on my knee and my head like this on the shitter, and proceeded to post hella pretty lights videos. I'm like, oh, can't do nothing about it.
Oh my God, how embarrassing, dude.
So embarrassing. Are you kidding
How
me?
many people? 100, 120, 200?
I mean, at that point, I wasn't looking, but yo, I saw people were sending me shit like, "Yo, this is here," and I'm like, I don't know how to delete it.
Yeah, it's on there.
I mean, I'm an asshole, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, literally.
All right, yeah, that was ridiculous. Then I think this was the same time we flew. We went to Austin, but we flew out of San Antonio, right?
Don't even get me started on this, bro.
All right. I mean,
Don't
hey,
even get me started on this.
do you not want? Should I skip it?
Yeah, I mean, I no, yeah, I wanted to go, you know, basically down to we were about to leave San Antonio. I'm trying to go to the Riverwalk. I'm trying to get some ice cream. There's a Haagen-Dazs right on the walk. Instead, we find a
Should have eaten
dog.
an Agonaz.
Yeah, yeah. Instead, we find a dog. We got to take it home. We run to Petco,
I mean, don't say we. I
and
mean, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, here's the deal. Here's the deal. Okay, I was dating this girl, and Max was with his now wife, but his girl, so we were, the four of us were a package deal, and then there's this dog, and Max was not happy about it. He was not having it.
we're in Texas.
I mean, yeah, and so like the thing was they deal with these all the time, and they the fucking the girls were like, oh, we gotta find him and everything, and then Max was just like, okay, whatever, and then all Max wanted was some ice cream. So me and Max leave. Meanwhile, the girls go and like after we figured out like they're like, okay, the cops are like, oh, well, there's like a long time to wait, we gotta go to a flight, like, I just let them go. So then they're figuring out means of like bringing them home on the flight and everything, and then me and Max go get fucking ice cream. Max happens to get blue ribbon or blue belt, whatever was it called,
Bluebell ice cream.
blue belt
Yeah,
ice cream,
yeah,
and then I got like a like a strawberry eclair or some shit like that,
yeah.
something.
Good humor. That would have been the move.
And then he gets food poisoning.
Literally, I caught listeria.
But
It
he
was
was
the
not
worst
having it.
thing.
He was not
It
having
was
it.
the worst thing I could have ever imagined. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, dude.
But he was like
But
he could not even hide his fucking emotions when the dog was.
yeah, yeah, I was pretty pissed. But I mean, it is what it is. I'll
It
take
is
one for
what
the
it is.
team.
It's
I'll take
okay.
one for the team.
It's funny. It's funny. Okay, so I feel like I was holding that back to where we were before, but either way, um, too many good times with this guy. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, it's just, yeah. I mean, and there's many more to be made too. It's just,
too many. Yeah, I mean, yo, fucking. I mean, yeah, dude. Between like you know, your parents are just also characters, like characters beyond belief, dude. Like,
yeah.
oh
I feel like it's kind of like a Mr. Margera and Bam Margera's parents, like
yeah, yeah.
especially like that vibe growing up was just like, not that I would like punch them or anything, but
No, you definitely dug at your dad
it
though.
was just so it was yeah. I'm happy it's worked out though. Like things have leveled out. It's
Oh,
I've grown up, but
for sure. And I think they have too.
yeah, it makes a
Let
bit.
me just say this: we're not gonna like dive too deep into like who you are and like your like where you work, but like let's just say Max has worked for this company that's been bought out, and like they have noticed him and picked him out over a massive amount of employees and given him the
Yeah,
honor of joining them at
ringing the bell.
yeah.
New York City Stock Exchange. Pretty
You
yeah,
know,
it's pretty crazy. I mean, I put in long hours. It's round the clock work. I work with a lot of good customers, but it's nice to finally be able to like find my niche.
but
Because
here's
like
the
I would bounce around from sales job to sales job, but like now I feel like I've like truly found my calling in freight.
but you know what?
So
Your company gets bought out, and the new like
yeah, yeah,
management and ownership recognizes you. I gotta just commend you for that. I mean, that is like huge. So, uh,
appreciate it, brother.
yeah, 100p, man. Yeah, love you, dude. I mean, you're fucking you
Love
kill
you,
it,
bro.
dude. You
Thanks.
what I like love about you, man, is like you're just like me. We didn't go to college. We're grinders, and we
Yeah,
work. And,
well, work
you've
hard, play harder.
you've taught me that it doesn't like you know. So I
You
respect you.
don't need a degree. You don't need.
I
I mean,
know,
you just,
but hey, I just gotta say I look up to you, man.
Thanks,
Appreciate
bro.
you. Yeah, for sure. So,
I
but
look
yeah,
down to you quite a bit.
You know, in many ways. Yeah,
Oh
dude.
man.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. Yeah, and I love that you fucking roast me. It's fucking that's you know, anyone out there who gets upset about that,
Yeah.
just
There are people that do. It's
I know. But you know what?
it's
You gotta
busting
like
balls.
and that's all you want. Like just what I like if someone gets me good, I fucking love that and I
Hmm.
laugh at it. So, you know, to me, and I'm like, sometimes people like say something like, fuck, I wish I thought of that. That was good, you know? So,
Yeah. It's
yeah,
comedy, bro.
yeah it's comedy, man. Fuck.
Yeah. Kill
Yeah,
Tony type comedy.
real shit. Real shit. Yeah.
It's a roast. It's a
Yeah.
24/7 roast.
But yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Uh,
love you, bro.
yeah,
Love you,
love you
man.
too,
It's
man.
been a,
Thanks
it's
for
it's
coming
been a
on.
journey.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, anytime, anytime.
Yeah. Well, you know what?
So,
We're about to rearrange the fucking team here because, you know, Sip's getting put in a fucking chokehold and fucking kicked out to the fucking side of the road. If you ask me, son, I'll tell you a couple, two things about that. Let me tell you,
it's so funny, dude.
we gotta get Juju on here too, dude, and
I
Ruben.
know, dude. Yeah, Ruben.
I feel like
Ruben
you,
would
me,
be
and Ruben
so
would be a
funny.
regular, something like a regular fucking thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
too much tuna.
yeah. Too much tuna. All right, man. All right, let's sign off. You know,
Yeah.
everybody, welcome to another episode of Trip Through Time. We're finally landing this fucking space vehicle of conversation. And I am fucking so happy to be accompanied by my fucking co fucking pilot Max. Man, I am over here. Let's fucking unbuckle the conversational belt and fucking set this bitch off. You know the deal, straight out. You know.
Edit.
All right, adios,
Peace,
peace.
brother.
All right,
Later.
love you. Peace later.
Trip through time, bro.
Yes,
Later.
sir.
Flies and flies and flies.